I count 3 or 4 other roles depending on how you split it up. These can also be combined on their own. The first, which I call the tunnel, is a dolly shot of an underground tunnel which we've seen in the previous pictures. But at the end of the tunnel, the camera turns and looks at a bizarre split-up wood texture floating deep within the darkness. Another role is the blind shaft. This one's pretty normal, with one exception. The text, "He stole my face," appears for just one frame. This seems to be referencing that same mysterious character, which to this point has not had any facial features. The third role is very dark and has dust floating around, and no one has been able to find any significance here. The fourth role is the most interesting of them all. It portrays a green temple of melons, rows of seats facing a central altar. One shot shows a darkened character whose head turns slightly. To me, this is the truly unsettling part of the video. His slight motion combined with the loud noise that plays is disturbing in a very strange way. What is this place? How does it relate to the rest of the video? Nobody seemed to know. About 3 weeks later, user Spore the Cyan was sent a link to another image. The main text reads, "The angel's name." Beneath it was more scrambled text. Attempting to use a Caesar cipher was fruitless. It turned out to be a Visionaire cipher. I won't go into the details here, but what's important to know is that it works like a Caesar cipher, except there's a code word as a key. This makes it much more challenging to break. In fact, it used to be known as the indecipherable cipher. Nowadays, there are several ways to break it. The text from the image was decoded to, "You must learn the past before the future," and the keyword was Lenore. The word Lenore is pretty unique. In fact, Edgar Allan Poe wrote a poem of the same name. This seemed to be an obvious connection considering that the raven had already shown up as a clue. Yet nonetheless, no one was able to learn anything new. They could not find a link to another image. There was a 3-month period of no new developments. People began to wonder if this was the end of the Lenore history. Then, in December of 2014, Purple Planet received a message which said, "Watching from the shadows and waiting, with such name as Nevermore." This once again reinforced the Edgar Allan Poe theme, as the raven says Nevermore. Then Purple Planet received a second message, this time containing an image. It showed a young man, or possibly a teenager. However, his eyes are blacked out, and the image is a bit jumbled up. It says one thing: "Hello." Confused, Purple Planet posted this image to Twitter looking for more information, and Oldman replied with the username "We Are the Answer," anonymous. This time there was more jumbled text. Beneath it was the number 6174. Upon research, it was determined that this number was Capreger's constant. Capreger, that be the Visionaire key to the text. Not quite, but a Caesar-shifted version of it was. The decoded text read, "Purge yourself of your sins. Purge yourself of your desires. Purge yourself of your flesh." A few days later, I tweeted out another video. This time it was an image from an old Italian book called Lasso, or the Cipher, written by Giovanni Battista Lasso. Lasso was a cryptologist, and he's known to have invented the Visionaire cipher before Visionaire. It's first described in this book, how the user was able to decode the Italian text as follows. "For many years since I began to work on my studies and talk with important people who are viewed with high esteem, and of the same importance as the wonderful profession of secret writing by way of those who are universally called codes, I, the inclination given me by nature and no greater device than mine, have continued to practice that profession, and have found in it many methods that to someone of great skill one is not like. It occurs to me that this last empty seat to find myself Lieutenant General of the illustrious and most revered Cardinal Durante in the state of Cambria." So this clue seems to confirm what we already know. The Visionaire cipher was crucial for solving puzzles. Yet it didn't provide any new information. That happened on January 19, 2015, when Oldroot tweeted a link to oldrootblog.tumblr.com. The blog was empty, save for an animated image. It said perception most of the time, but shifted to deception occasionally. And that wasn't all. Buried within the HTML file were several more interesting clues, involved to find answers before cipher text. Perhaps most curiously was a giant block of text. Most of the characters were M, but there were a few D's and N's scattered about. When these are colored differently, there's a symbol that appears with the text. This is the HTML also contained a 7-digit imager code. Upon brightening this image, we see the logo once again, this time in red. Up top, the image says, "What am I?" followed by 5 entries and some encoded text at the bottom. Easier to understand if we inspect them out of order. The second entry is Kinneret. This was another name for the Sea of Galilee, a freshwater lake in Israel. It's mentioned several times in the Bible. In fact, one such place is indicated on the image. Mark 4:35-41 tells the story of Jesus calming the stormy sea. The fourth entry refers to the Dutch Golden Age, a period from the late 16th century through most of the 17th century. The Dutch culture and society flourished in many ways, and one such aspect of this was art. It was a period of many Dutch masters, painting works in a wide variety of categories. One artist was Rembrandt, widely considered to be one of the period's greatest artists. There's a letter written by Rembrandt which explains what he hoped to achieve in his art. The central part of this was a word which I will not be able to pronounce, but it could be translated as the greatest and most natural movement, emotion, or motive. And what's interesting is that this word is the third entry of the clue. But it continues. One of Rembrandt's famous paintings is The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, an artistic depiction of the story from Mark 4. It's an incredibly striking painting, and I think it does a great job of depicting the greatest and most natural movement. So now we have a connection between 4 of the 5 entries, yet one remains, Fenway. How does a ballpark in Boston connect in any way to Rembrandt? Well, it turns out that the storm on the Sea of Galilee is currently missing. In 1990, 2 thieves performed the largest art heist in U.S. history, stealing 13 works from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. The storm was one painting that was stolen, and as of the release of this video, it is yet to be located. So what does that have to do with Fenway? Well, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum is also in Boston. This means that Boston is the final known location of the storm on the Sea of Galilee. The connection is very real, and it's obvious that Old Root wanted us to find it, but we're still missing something. The encoded text in this image has yet to be solved. Later, Purple Plant received another tweet containing more ciphertext. Using a Caesar cipher shift of 3, it was decoded to, "If you wish to know the future, you must know the past." The clue proved to be too cryptic, and soon thereafter, the user PepperT received a DM, obviously encoded in some way. But at this point, it could not be solved. Then Fergen Schuffner also received a DM. Although the title was a jumbled mess, the message was determined to be a Bacon cipher, an extremely clever code that utilized 2 typefaces to embed a message. This could easily be decrypted to another image or link. This image showed a code of several boxes, some incomplete and some with symbols inside. It was quickly recognized as a pigpen cipher. The version used in this code works by drawing 3 tic-tac-toe squares and filling them with letters. Then each square is labeled. The first is empty, the second is X, and the third is O. From here, decoding is simple. If the symbol has X or O or empty, move to that square. Then find the corresponding location, and that's the decoded letter. Doing this for the sequence resulted in "it's easier than you think," another clue that offered little in the way of progression. On April 11, 2015, user Microphone Man was messaged by Old Root. The image said, "The fun has only begun." When brightened, the words hidden inside were revealed. Hidden inside what, exactly? The image? It seemed obvious that there was nothing left to find after brightening the picture. Inside the letters? Again, no luck. So where could the next clue be hidden? The answer was the file itself. Using a tool such as WinRAR, the PNG file could be extracted as if it were a movie, resulting in a new image. This is very clever, and it's one of my favorite tricks that Old Root used. The new image was another 7-digit imager code. It led to a picture with many green letters found in a wavy grid. By examining the image very closely, it was possible to transcribe these letters into plain text. The result was a block with 26 rows and 26 columns. Investigators began to discover some connections. The mysterious text on the Tumblr block corresponded to most of the first and last row. The message sent to PepperT existed as a square off the top letter of the array. This was obviously important. 26 is the number of letters in the English language, so it seems as though it could be used for decoding messages. But at this point in time, nobody knew how it was done. A week later, Fergen Schuffner received another DM. Using a base64 encoder, it could be translated into text, and then Caesar shifted 13 to reveal another image or link. This one was animated, and it appeared to be extremely glitchy. Nonetheless, users were able to make out the text "Remember" written in a script font. After another week, a further message from Old Root was discovered. It contained 2 also revealed the plain text. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. This is a reference to Newton's third law of motion. Again, this clue didn't obviously lead to the next one. Oldroot had to DM Torchius to get the community going again in the right direction. This time it was another animated image which said, "I'll show you." A single frame says what really happened to Oldroot. A few days later, Gazarov got a DM which said, "Soon." And then it finally happened. Oldroot posted to Reddit.
Ready to go shopping?
No, he has to pick me up tomorrow.
The title could be shifted by
He has to pick me up
23
tomorrow.
what really happened. The accompanying image flashed to become void with a single frame reading instead. The 10th frame had an anomaly, a teal line across the top of the image slicing through another symbol. The CMB /u/ is code but which user? I received a DM. It was an image with 3 different colors. The hex value revealed its numbers to be 280000, 00F600, and 000. The aggregate of these numbers was 28F6B9. Could this be the mysterious Reddit user from the previous clue? Such a user never exists and made a single comment on an old Minecraft post. Isn't it interesting how things aren't always what they seem? Combining the obvious typos results in another imager link. When brightened it says, "Can anyone hear me?" Following the next imager code revealed even more text. The brightened image includes "Something happened, I'll show you," "Mindset," ARG, another code, and more numbers. There's a Reddit user named after the code with a single post. Using a shift of 7, it could be decoded to say, "Back to the origins, craft, the world star origins." However, this is widely believed to be fake, and a DM to Oldroot asking if it was real all but confirmed this as he responded, "False prophets will deceive you." Once again, the investigators had reached a dead end. It didn't last long, however, as Unclear Seer was sent a link to another image. It included several numbers. Redditors discovered that each of the white numbers corresponded to the atomic mass of an element, including zirconium, lithium, beryllium, neon, and argon. The meaning of the red numbers was still unknown. Behind the numbers was a dark and stretched out code linking to the next image. And this next one is one of the stranger pictures. An extremely washed out image shows a walking figure in the corner of a room. The bottom text appears to say "Shadows of the Past." Closer inspection reveals text scattered throughout the room, including "The Raven Watches" and several other smaller chunks, such as T2 or Pin. Here's where the story takes a bit of an interesting turn. A user was exploring a server called Zedwork and stumbled upon something quite startling: the Melon Temple from Oldroot's YouTube video. By asking around, it turned out that Oldroot himself was on the server within the past week. Players explored and found several unique signs and landmarks. It was unknown if Oldroot had placed these or if it was another false prophet. Several search parties were sent to the server. Their findings were recorded on a Google Drive. The Zedwork server made things a bit trickier. How connected was the server to the puzzle? Were there actually any clues there? That question was answered on July 9th of 2015 when Gazarov received a DM from Oldroot. It is strange when with 3 numbers at the bottom, X, Y, Z coordinates. In the nether of the Zedwork server was a sign leading to this picture. The numbers on the right side correspond to atomic masses, this time of phosphorus, tin, and ruthenium. A text to numeral code was implied up top, and there are several entries crossed out. The top right included another image or link, the next clue. It appears to be written on parchment. In my investigations, I've come across many things that I've yet to explain. In order to understand the mystery, I first have to... and then it cut off. Brightening the image revealed nothing. Again, a dead end. Oldroot bailed out the investigators once more with another DM. Somehow, this was brute forced into an imager code. I'm not totally sure how they did it, since the post describing it is missing. Nonetheless, a new image was discovered. He won't be able to see, hear, or communicate. He'll be practically brain dead. Then there's a link to another image picture. The shadowy figure from before appears again. Although the text is broken up, it wasn't too difficult to decipher it. Who is Oldroot? text has issues though. Subtle typos interspersed throughout, putting these typos in order revealed the next clue. What to do with this one? Do you think you could give us a new clue? 4 numbers? What did this have to do with anything? And once again, the community had no choice but to wait for another morsel of help from Loot. That morsel did not arrive until January 16, 2016, when We Are the Answer tweeted out an image. It's a death certificate from a male person named Wester. The cause of death is written as paralysis agitans, another name for Parkinson's disease. But on top of that is red printed text, which means falsification. This implies that, for whatever reason, this death certificate is invalid. Wester Allen died for a different reason. A few months later, Horderlock received a link to another image. It says, "You're getting closer," on the top and bottom. The jumbled up text in the center is harder to decipher, but it appears to say oldroot.tumblr.com. The blog was a template for a web address. Soon thereafter, a new image was found in the blog. Horderlock recognized the text to be something written by his alt account. Oldroot had obviously done some digging with people investigating the puzzle. And then another image was discovered. This one was extremely similar to the first one of the darkened figure, and it did confirm that the text said shadows of the past. Even so, people were unable to find the key to the next clue. Nowadays, this image is typically considered to be yet another death. Oldroot posted another video to YouTube, simply called 5. Let's watch it. There are two voices, the clear text and the distorted text. During the conversation, it becomes clear that the clear text is intended to be Wester, the person from the death certificate. The mysterious voice says that Wester can do so much more than simply listen. Then there are an extremely rapid sequence of images, all of which include the Oldroot logo. The first two are not interesting. The third, however, seems to show images of a shell, as well as the words "become void." The following frame is more mysterious. There are several images of a family portrait, but the parents have their faces scribbled out. The son appears to have no face whatsoever. Could this be the mysterious faceless person represented by the Minecraft character? Additionally, there's some encrypted text, which decodes to "before the madness." The next two frames simply show the Oldroot. This appears to make some sort of connection between the previous clues, and it continues on with some similar themes. But it didn't tell the investigators where to go next, and the puzzle stalled for 3 months, until Horderlock was done. It was a bunch of numbers with some stars. An observant Redditor noticed that the second row appeared to be digits of pi. Upon further investigation, all of the rows were parts of pi. By filling in the missing numbers, an ASCII string was created, the link to the next clue. The sequence of numbers was chaotic at first. They weren't even aligned vertically. But then someone suggested that the layout was similar to a keyboard, and sure enough, 7 more digits were found. Although the capitalization was unknown, investigators were nonetheless able to link to the next clue. It appeared to be an extended version of a previously discovered image, now adding, "I realize that this is difficult to hear." Another image or link was on the right side. Again, more ciphered text, this time reading, "If you want to know the future, you must know the past," a phrase which had already been discovered. But what about the numbers? I'm actually not totally sure what they did. Sources are limited. However, I do know that Redditors were able to somehow find the link to the next image using this code. This appears to be pretty simple, just 2 circles. Brightening it reveals the Oldroot logo with some text. Unfinished. An author lies dead. An author unknown. Remaining unread. Remaining untold. And that's actually it. A few months later, Oldroot posted himself on Reddit. His fans asked that he would no longer be adding on to the project. He reflected on the puzzle and talks about how he wanted to create codes that couldn't be easily cracked. Oldroot talked about how needing to DM people cryptic hints devalued the project. The solution, he said, could be found without him doing anything. Nonetheless, he expressed his doubt that a complete solution would ever be discovered. We now know that Oldroot is Alex Bale, who has a YouTube channel. He actually commented on my Minecraft iceberg video, so in retrospect, it's pretty cool to see that there was a real person behind the puzzle. So, what do we do now? I think it's worthwhile for me to express my thoughts on this, having researched it over the past several weeks. We've all played, or at least heard of Minecraft. It's one of the most popular games of all time, and has sold over 200 million copies. But even such a well-known franchise has its secrets. There are layers of the iceberg that most of us will never see. Today, I want to take all of my viewers on a journey down below. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. This video was inspired by the Super Iceberg video by Mish Cause. He doesn't have any interest in doing the Minecraft iceberg, so I decided that I might as well do it. Thanks so much for the concept, and I love your channel. I am going to use one of his ideas, which is the health meter. For every theory I talk about, this health bar shows my confidence in its accuracy. 1 heart means that the theory is clearly false, and it gets more and more likely as we go up, until we reach 10 hearts, where the theory is definitely true. One more thing. I'm not entirely sure where this iceberg originated from, but I've included a few references at the end of the video. I didn't make it, I'm just explaining it. With that out of the way, let's dive under the waves and see how deep the Minecraft iceberg goes. Steve posting done by Mojang. Steve posting was a meme that originated on 4chan in 2018, which had an uncomfortably realistic render of Steve, Minecraft's main character. A user on the V board created a post trying to convince others that Steve should be included in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. From there, people posted various spin-offs. The theory is that some of the Steve posting was straight from Mojang themselves, maybe to legitimately push for Steve in Smash, or maybe just for some obscure viral marketing. Regardless, I can't actually find any information that leads me to believe that this is true. However, given the anonymous nature of 4chan, it's certainly not impossible. The Farlands. The Farlands is a terrain generation glitch that existed originally in older versions of Minecraft. If the player went far enough from the spawn point, the world generation would become crazy, with choppy columns and bizarre structures. There were several different variations that it could generate depending on the location. In the Java edition, it was removed with version 1.8 in 2011. However, a similar effect remains in Bedrock edition, although the exact look and feel of these Farlands is different than Java. The Farlands hold an important place in Minecraft folklore, and rightfully so. The overworld generation is supposed to look similar to real life. Well, supposed to. So finding a place where all the rules were broken that generated naturally was clearly a cause for discussion. It sparks the imagination to know that the Farlands are always somewhere out there, if only you're willing to walk for long enough. Herobrine and Notch's brother. Herobrine. If you're a player like me and been playing Minecraft for a long time, the name itself should bring you back to an era when zombies dropped feathers and hunger didn't exist. It was a simpler time. And yet, with the game so pure as Minecraft, myself and countless other players were haunted by a single image of a ghostly Steve dead in the zombies. An accompanying text posted on 4chan tells the story of someone who created a new world and would occasionally catch glimpses of the figure in the fog. Confused, he went to the Minecraft forums, only to have his posts deleted. He received a message from a non-existent user called Herobrine with only the word "stop." The player was able to connect with some others who had seen Herobrine, and one of them revealed that it was supposedly the brother of Notch, the game's developer. The player emailed Notch asking if he had a brother. His response: "I did, but he is no longer with me." I could make an entire video on Herobrine and his place in Minecraft, but others have done this better than I ever could. For now, I'll stick to the facts. First of all, Herobrine was never coded in any version of Minecraft. Data miners have not been able to find anything that matches the store's behaviors and textures. Notch denies Herobrine, stating that there's no such thing as Herobrine and that Notch himself doesn't have any dead brothers. Still, there are canonical references to Herobrine in Minecraft. Almost every changelog from a major node removed Herobrine. To me, this is just a running joke between the developers and the community. But who knows? Minecraft. Minecraft is a funny little Easter egg included in the Java edition of Minecraft. Every time the game starts, there's a 1 in 10,000 chance that the title screen says Minecraft instead of Minecraft. It's so small, but it's definitely there if you look. I wonder how many times I've had bits wrapped and never noticed. Building past 255. In Minecraft, every block has an XYZ coordinate location. X and Z are virtually limitless, but the vertical y-axis is restricted between 0 and 255. Players can fly outside the bounds, no blocks can be placed past 255. In my research, I was unable to find any way to reach this limit without the use of mods. I'm not sure if this entry is implying that it's possible or just stating regardless, the lack of example speaks for itself on this one. Regardless, the example speaks for itself. Entity 303. This is another creepy pasta about a disgruntled ex-Mojang employee that hacked into players' games and was going to destroy Minecraft. Strictly speaking, this was not impossible, but I think the story takes advantage of people who don't really know what hacking is and are easily scared by computer jargon. Additionally, 303 was supposedly going to ruin Minecraft by the end of 2014 or 2015. Here we are, discussing a game that remains wildly popular. I think of Entity 303 as a bargain bin Herobrine. It's a good idea, but without the intrigue and novelty that made Herobrine so fascinating. The Red Dragon was a mob that Notch planned to add to Minecraft. It was intended to live in the overworld in order to balance out the Ender Dragon. However, since Notch left Mojang, the mob has yet to appear in vanilla versions. In 2013, the developer Dinnerbone said that it was never promised. We have no plans of adding a Red Dragon at this time. A few months later, he said that Red Dragons would be added one day, but not right now though. That was over 6 years ago, so it seems to me that Red Dragons are relegated to the list of scrapped features. The Nether Reactor. When Minecraft Pocket Edition came out, there was no way to access the Nether. As a result, the developers added the Nether Core block. When blocks were placed in an appropriate configuration, the Nether Core could be activated, generating a structure of netherrack called the Nether Spire. Then it would spew out items such as glowstone, quartz, and melon seeds, as well as spawning pigmen. It was an interesting solution to the technical limitations of the mobile platform, but to me, it's not much more than an oddity in the history of Minecraft. Creepers based on a new planet. Creepers have been described by the developers as crunchy, like dry leaves. I think this entry is referring to the possibility that creepers were based on a real-world plant. No, not these creepers, but rather a type of moss called sphagnum, or peat moss. In order to spread its spores, it releases them in an explosion that propels them up in the air. There's a game theory video that goes into detail about this, but the gist is that creepers are doing the same thing as the moss. When they explode, their spores get attached to a host, which can then far distances. My personal opinion is that this theory is just a theory. A game theory. Sorry. The evidence for this to be true is pretty limited, and it doesn't seem likely that Notch would put so much thought into a mob that was supposedly created by working with language. More on that later. Still, it's certainly possible, and some would even say plausible, that this is true. The Aether is in the base game. The Aether is a mod from the alpha days of Minecraft. Mobs, items, and dungeons. The Aether mod was incredibly popular, and introduced a lot of people to modded Minecraft, myself included. However, it was never built into the base game. I think this misconception comes from the fact that at one point a different sky dimension was planned, and it actually saw limited implementation in beta releases. However, it was ultimately scrapped. One can argue that the end is the true realization of the Aether sky dimension. I think that's possible, but it's stylistically so different that I'm not sure it was intended to replace the sky dimension. Rather, a different dimension with some similarities. Minecraft includes several music based on the player of mind, which can be used as a jukebox. These are just electronic songs with however, one of these discs is different. It's jagged and broken and is known simply as a level. Take a listen. seconds. Dirt Piper suggests that this is where Disc 11 should be played. Combining Discs 11 and 13 creates a story about a character in a cave who flees from a creeper and barely survives. You can read the details on his post, which I'll link in the description. The two discs line up in such a convenient way that it's hard for me to see this as dumb coincidence. But Disc 11 is another one of these rabbit holes that has a lot going on, and no theory is bulletproof. It's a fitting in to the top tier of the iceberg.
You bet on picking up that hitchhiker. Now, try betting on the game.
It's a fitting in to the top tier of the iceberg. Ruby Dung was a game created by Notch before he started working on Minecraft. We know that it's a top-down, isometric building game, but there are only a few screenshots in existence. Ruby Dung has a direct connection to Minecraft. The grass, dirt, and cobblestone textures are the same. In fact, the earliest versions